Morning YouTube, it's Atticus. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. I have a really cool replay for you guys. So I really like this matchup, and I've been really playing around with it. And yeah, it's Dark Elf versus Vampire Coast. And I have a game that has a 400 kill Supreme Sorceress right here, guys. So I'm really excited to show you guys this. This is a really good battle, and it's a really scary build that my opponent brought. So let's just go ahead and jump into my build, guys. So the thought process when fighting Vampire Coast is, what are they weak at the most? It's range units, archers. And what is one of the best units that you have ranged? Black Ark Corsairs. So the idea is to go really cheap front line, and you want to go anti-large. So pretty much you'll have a unit that can both cover zombies. You know, they're strong enough to hold against zombies, and they can also deal with like crabs and leviathans and mongrels and things like that. Then you have a secondary line of Black Ark Corsairs of Hambos, and these guys are just going to be shooting in and killing the zombies from afar and dealing with any bats or handgunners and things like that. So it's a really good, strong, reliable front line. Also, for good measure, I have a Death Hag mixed in, guys, and the Death Hag has that blade, the Chill Blade, which will lower melee attack by 6, which is going to make zombies even that much worthless. And for my Lord, guys, I brought my favorite lore magic, a Supreme Sorceress of Dark, and you don't really see Dark Sorceress a lot just because Malekith and Marathi both have the lore of magic. But for my spells, guys, I brought Doombolt, Blade Storm, Word of Pain, and the one that gives you more winds of magic. I forget what it's called. I also have a Cold One Chariot, and this is just going to be trying to harass the back line and trying to break his formations. And here in Deep Vanguard, guys, I have 2 units of Harpies. And if you see, my opponent has brought a whole crap load of Deck Dropper of handguns. So he's really trying to win the skirmish game. So these guys are going to be really coming in handy. I also have a unit of Shades with great weapons, guys, with great swords. And if you're wondering why I brought these, it's for dealing with Depth Guard. So yeah, they'll be able to shoot them from afar. And if the Depth Guard try to get in close, these guys have great swords, armor piercing, and they'll be able to trade pretty effectively against the Depth Guard. And I also have the Celestia Harvesters, guys, for the Soul Stealer and the Word of Pain. As for my opponent, guys, he brought Count Inoculus. Where's he at? Excuse me. There he is. Oh, I guess it won't let me look at him. Yeah, Count Inoculus on foot, which is a really good pick. He's going to have anti-large. And he also has a lot of spells, guys. You can see that he has healing. He has the bombardment spell. He has the fog of whatever that lowers melee attack. And for his front line, guys, he's just going all zombies. So he has zombie pirates. He has a secondary line of handgunners. He has some spears in the back. He has the pirate gunnery mobs, the ones that can fire while moving, and a whole bunch of artillery, guys. He has some carronades. He has a gunnery right that's going to be giving him ammunition. And yeah, this is a very powerful ranged Vampire Coast army. So this is going to be interesting. So let's go ahead and start the match here, guys. So right off the bat, the carronades are going to start opening up, and I'm going to take some point-blank shots right into the face of my Dread Spears. But that's okay. I don't have any elite troops like Sisters of Slaughter or Harkonneth Executioners or anything that needs to worry about getting, taking damage. You see, I'm immediately going to send my Harpies in, and I'm going to try to land them on the artillery, guys. So I'm going to choose to ignore the deck droppers just because my Hambos will be able to deal with them. Now, they are going to rout pretty much immediately, but I was hoping just to buy myself time so these cannons would stop shooting at me, and I was hoping that it would break up his formation. You can see while I'm sacrificing my Harpies, my army is moving up at a pretty reasonable pace, and you can see that my Cold One Chariots is trying to use the trees as cover. Here the shades are starting to open up, guys, and we're going to start focusing on the birds, and he doesn't really have a very elite target as well, guys, so pretty much anything I shoot is going to be of value. Chariot is going to come into position. He had some of these handgunners here that he was trying to use to screen up my shades. I'm going to send my guys right in there. Now, I'm going to get a really good Black Whore. That's the bound spell, the Supreme Sorceress, and look at this damage, guys. This is why I love the Supreme Sorceress so much. Look at that damage. You can see it in the back, guys. I also get a Blade Storm, but I just wiped out 2 lines completely with the Black Whore. I took out half of his zombie pirates, and now we're going to get a Doombolt spell, guys. So we are just crushing his lines with magic. Here comes the Doombolt. We're going to try to take out a cannon. We'll see if we do any damage. And yeah, we're going to destroy 1 model. So it's really good, guys. So now let's go ahead and just slow it down here for 1 second. You can see my Supreme Sorceress is on a Manticore, which is going to allow me to get a little, AP, a little bit damage if I need to come in the Lord. But look, guys, you can see that my spears have collided the front line, and all meanwhile, my handbows, guys, and the handbows are such a good unit. I feel like they're so overlooked, but they're just destroying all these deck dropper handguns. Opponent is going to cast Enchanting Ballistics. He's going to overcast it so he gets it on all his ranged units. But, yeah, guys, he just really doesn't have any pressure to screen out these handgunners. You can see here comes my Supreme Sorceress. She's going to get into melee with these deck droppers. And yeah, guys, we're doing a really good job. You can see the Celestial Harvesters find a unit of zombie pirates that are out of position. And yeah, they're going to absolutely destroy these guys. My opponent does have these deckhand pole arms that were able to kill my chariots that are unfortunate. But yeah, just all across the line here, guys, my infantry is just far superior. And you can see that these shades providing Overwatch, guys, we're just melting through his deck droppers, and that's a really big investment. From whatever way you look, guys, he's getting hit by ranged Overwatch. From this side, looks like my opponent is going to cast a spell, though. We'll see what it is. So it's going to be his Bombardment spell, which is a pretty good, target. It does a lot of damage to these guys, but at that point, he really needs to pull back his handgunners. I am going to get another Blade Storm, but unfortunately, it's going to veer off, guys. But we've pretty much destroyed all his defensive units. Now, he does have this one unit of deckhand polearms that are trying to get into the Celestial Harvesters, but I'm going to exploit how slow they are, guys, and I'm going to take them around the side here and get right into this cannon. You can see that my chariot has came back. I'm going to get it into combat here, guys, and you can see right here the Death Hag and the Dread Spears are just chewing through these polearms. Now, the polearms are just meant to keep things in place. They're not meant to kill, guys. Over here, you can see that Celestial Harvesters have gotten into the cannon, and look how fast they're, just chewing through these guys. I am going to cast the Power of Darkness on them, which is going to give my Supreme Sorceress a little bit more Winds of Magic, and I am going to, take out the second cannon here, guys. So now you can see the balance of power is really strong in my favor. My opponent's down to just 2 units of the deck droppers of handgunners, guys, but he just has nowhere to go where he's not getting ranged, and it's just chewing through him, and he really needs those units to be able to, cover for him. You can see right here the chariot has one model left, and we're going to destroy the last cannon. And yeah, guys, I have a unit of spears here that I'm going to realize they're just sitting and being AWOL. I'm going to send them into combat. But yeah, guys, my Supreme Sorceress is going to land against Count Noculus, but he is anti-large, guys, so I am immediately going to pull her out of combat. You can see that I'm going to get another Doom Bolt right here on this nice little glob here, and we're going to take out a nice, juicy portion of his troops. And that's a good thing about zombies, guys. When they're so grouped up, they're just an easy target. And just look how good these handbows have been doing this whole game, guys. None of these zombies have any kind of shield, so this is just, a perfect counter to what the Vampire Coast has. You can see my opponent was able to take out my Celestial Harvesters, guys, but they did so much damage. You can see my Supreme Sorceress is finishing the last few models of the deck droppers of handguns. Now you can see the shades are going to open up from the forest and start shooting at the Gunnery Right. And the Gunnery Right, guys, he's doing some good buffs with his Enchanting Beauty, but he doesn't have many ranged units that are left. You can still see that I have a lot of ammunition from my Black Ark Corsairs, guys. This one's about out, but yeah, guys, now we're just going to send in the killing blow. You can see the Celestial Harvesters are going to hit from the back, try to get the rear penalty. I'm going to have all my units starting to focus fire the remaining zombies. And yeah, you can see my opponent is trying to send his last Halberd unit here, polearm unit, but I'm going to cast Word of Pain, guys. So these guys are going to have, look, if you look at it, 0 melee attack. So they're not going to be hitting me at all. And that Word of Pain is a free bound spell cast from the Celestial Harvesters. Now, guys, since the Shades have used all their ammunition, the Shades of Great Weapons are going to come in, and they're going to absolutely just chew through zombies, guys. So, yeah, my whole, idea, my whole build has just worked, perfectly, guys. The Hambos have just taken out all his range units. I have the superior, infantry units. And, yeah, my Supreme Sorceress, guys, is just, just picking off all these zombies at will. You can see I'm going to get another Blade Storm. It's just going to chew right through the remaining zombie units. We're going to do a little bit of friendly fire, guys, but at this point, my opponent just does not have any troops that can really just fight against all this, aggression that I'm throwing at him. Now, my opponent is capable of raising some zombies, and I think he does get one more summon here pretty shortly. But yeah, right here, as you can see, he's going to get another zombie pirate. But at this point, guys, he just doesn't have anything that can chew through a Death Hag, a Supreme Sorceress, and 3 different units of Corsairs, not to mention the shades of great weapons, which are just absolutely just devastating. They're going to chew through Count Noctis's armor really quick. You can see that the gunnery right, guys, is getting focused by this Manticore and Supreme Sorceress, and yeah, he's not going to be alive much longer. He's really good at range with his ranged AP, you know what I mean, but up close, he's a wet noodle. And now it's just Count Noctis, guys. You can see Count Noctis is surrounded. He is going to try to get one of his bombardment spells on my Supreme Sorceress, but I am going to kind of juke and jive and kind of dodge it. And yeah, guys, now the Black Orc Corsair Hambos are just going to start shooting in on the remaining units of these zombie pirates, and I'm just going to focus all my troops now on Count Noctis, guys. And yeah, he's really outclassed. He's not going to stay alive much longer. You can see that he's fighting as good, though. He's trying to fight the Shades here and the Supreme Sorceress, guys, but now it's just a matter of time. Keep in mind that all these units are doing AP, and if you look at his armor, guys, he does have 110 armor, but, you know, my units excel at chewing through these kind of things. You can see we got a nice rear charge on these zombie pirates, so they're getting attacked from the rear. From the spears, and they are going to start crumbling here pretty soon. And yeah, guys, you can see Balance of Power now is going to do army losses, and it's going to be a win for the Druki, guys. So that is a way to deal with the Vampire Coast. Really cheap front line of spears, mixed in with Hambos, mixed in with Allure of Dark Supreme Sorceress, and you're going to see how many kills she gets, dude. 400 something, you know, kills. Look at this end screen breakdown here, guys. So yeah, 408 kills on the Supreme Sorceress of Dark. So whoever tells you that a Dark Sorceress ain't good, well, they're lying to you, guys. I'm telling you, it's a really good lore magic. And look at the kills at my Hambos, guys. They were just destroying all his gunners, you know, all his hand gunners, and they didn't hardly get any kills. He didn't get hardly any good value from it. Celestial Harvester is 172, the Shades 176, just everything, you know, worked good, guys. So yeah, just remember, when fighting the Vampire Coast, you don't want to go elite. You know, you don't want to go big numbers. You want to go something like this. So, all right, guys, it's Atticus. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.